Shockingly, one of the people who had apparently been shot was lying in the middle of the parking lot when another person comes up and begins beating them. That person takes off minutes before police arrive at the scene. They say they found 2 gunshot victims, a man and a woman. Then 2 men who had been shot got themselves to the hospital where one died shortly after.
So this past Father's Day weekend was just horrible out there in Middletown, Ohio. In the early morning hours of Monday, June the 16th, 2025, there was a shooting outside of a bar in Middletown, Ohio called Bar 2. Police were called there around 2:44 a.m. after people reportedly heard gunshots in the parking lot. When officers got there, they found 4 people had been shot. Sadly enough, though, 36-year-old man by the name of Jessie Jones was found dead at the scene. 3 other people were hurt. 2 of them were found at the scene, and the other 2 got themselves to the hospital, but unfortunately, one of the injured later died at the hospital. A woman by the name of Brittany was nearby when it happened, and she said there was a loud argument, and then about 30 gunshots were fired. The fight seemed to have happened in the parking lot, not inside the bar. Right now, police don't know who the shooter is, and they're still looking to this very day for surveillance videos, collecting evidence like shell casings and talking to people who might have seen what happened. No one has been arrested as of yet, and no charges have been filed.
Tonight, 1 person is dead and 3 others injured after a shooting in Middletown.
Investigators say calls came in just before 3, and 2 News reporter Evan Bales has been talking with those in the area. Evan, what are you hearing?
Brooke, Jack, thank you. We're still very early on in this investigation. We've actually seen police out here this afternoon taking pictures, walking the scene, and going into businesses, presumably for questioning. But what we do know is that this shooting happened here right behind me in front of Bar 2, and we actually spoke to someone who was there when the shooting started.
Let me get the away from here.
This is what was going through Brittany Adams' head when she heard shots start popping off outside Bar 2 in Middletown.
When I stepped out, that's when they started the commotion with the arguing. I was scared for my life to hear all them gunshots or whatever. Yes, I was scared for my life. That's why I got in the car and left.
Adams says she then heard multiple gunshots, and that's when she sped off away from the bar. She was celebrating Father's Day with her uncle and siblings.
The only thing I can think of is my son.
When police did arrive, they found a male and female suffering from gunshot wounds. Both were taken to a local hospital. Later, police also revealed reports that 2 other people had arrived at other area hospitals. One of the victims later succumbed to their injuries. Police have been photographing evidence and speaking with people nearby, and I spoke with a business owner who says altercations aren't uncommon in front of Bar 2.
I guess I got kids that come to my office, and it's tough explaining to them, hey, somebody was murdered back there less than, 8 hours ago.
Though Ross told me that for Middletown as a whole, incidents like this are not frequent.
People that don't understand Middletown, that hopefully they don't associate all these businesses with what goes on back there. That's the toughest part. There's a good restaurant back there. There's a Gunfire back there. It's a great city. We do a lot here. We do a lot for the community. And there's a lot of great people here, but sometimes the bad apples ruin it for everybody.
I reached out to Middletown police for additional comments. They were unavailable.
Are in Middletown.
That shooting happened this morning. 4 people shot, one of them fatally. David Winter is at the scene of that shooting with the latest on this investigation. David.
Yeah, this happened at 2:45 this morning at Bar 2 in this parking lot on the east side of Middletown. People were just hanging out after the bar was closing up, and that's when things took a turn for the worse.
We had came out the bar and it was commotions going on, and you just heard gunshots.
Like, how many shots? What did it sound like?
I said it was probably about, to me, it sounded like probably about 30 of them.
Brittany Adams was celebrating Father's Day with her sisters, brother, and uncle at Bar 2 Sunday night. As night turned into early morning, Brittany says the bar closed and people began gathering in the parking lot outside. That's when surveillance video captures what appears to be a fight breaking out, then dozens of shots.
I just took off.
Did you run?
No, I jumped in my car. I jumped in my car for my safety.
And then did you take off?
Yeah, I took off. It was, oh my God, it was scary.
Shockingly, one of the people who had apparently been shot was lying in the middle of the parking lot when another person comes up and begins beating them. That person takes off minutes before police arrive at the scene. They say they found 2 gunshot victims, a man and a woman. Then 2 men who had been shot got themselves to the hospital where one died shortly after.
When you think about how close you could have been to getting shot, I can't even imagine.
Me, the only thing I can think of is my son, because he's about to go off to college. That's the only thing I can think of.
And what did you think?
Let me get away from here. Yeah, let me get away from here.
Also giving pause is a parent who arrived hours after the incident to the Gunfire across the parking lot from the shooting.
I just seen it on the internet when I first woke up. I was like, well, that's the same street as the Gunfire. So it's definitely scary.
That child care is a couple of hundred feet away, but so is another business where police found stray bullets hit a garage and an air conditioning unit.
Now, police are poring over that surveillance video, trying to identify suspects. At this point, it's hard to say whether there was more than one gun involved.
They hate you. You're gonna die. I don't want to do this.